Yo, what up guys, it's Mike.
It's Dan.
This is insane. This grandma, what she did, let us tell you about it.
Okay, so there's an Indian woman. When she was 70, she started getting these treatments to have a baby in vitro.
Yes.
Okay, which is basically, it's a test tube baby. So outside of the womb, a sperm and an egg, they put them together.
Right, it's kind of like what Phoebe did for her brother, right?
It is what Phoebe did for her brother. It is, yes. Yeah. So she got the sperm and the egg. Yeah. And then they basically implant it in you, so your body.
But wait, is it this woman's egg? It's not this woman's eggs. No. No, because she's like 70 something.
It could have been her eggs. It could, but dude, it's not. But now this is a whole nother thing. Now like women are getting their eggs frozen. Yeah. Okay. I doubt that India had the technology to freeze eggs back in the 40s. Okay. I mean, the story doesn't mention that it's her own egg. We definitely know it's not her egg. So here's the thing. This is a crazy story, right? At first, if you just read the headline, I would think, oh, it's a miracle baby. No, guys. The baby, she had it in vitro, and the reason she had it is because there's been a 4-decade-long land dispute between her and her siblings. So it's her own family. Right. And basically, she had it so she could inherit $750,000 worth of land. Whoa, this is crazy. But she also, here's a little wrinkle though. She also says that her and her husband, it's also sort of like a gift for them, not sort of, but it's a miracle for them because they always wanted a baby. Yeah. And they couldn't have one. It's not like they just didn't want one. They said that. Well,
I'm sure that money was maybe the majority of the reason why this happened.
Yeah, we're not saying they don't want the baby and they're only having it for that reason.
Yeah, because I mean, you could have done this when you were 50,
60, 70,
40.
Well, they also said so in her 40s she had medical complications and they kept trying, but then they gave up. But like in this case, this was kind of the perfect storm for them where they were like, okay, we need this land, we want this land, we're entitled to it, and they're not. The reason they're not giving it to them is because they don't have an heir. Right. And that's the battle that's been going on for 4 decades. So now they're like, all right, well, we always wanted a kid. Let's just have one and just use this technology. They spend 2 years on it. It's not just like a one-time thing.
No, right.
You have to basically...
There's a chance it doesn't work. I mean, the chances are, actually, it doesn't work. Right. Because like the chances are 1 in 25.
You're also set...
1 in, or 25% chance or something.
Yeah, maybe at a regular age, but you're 70.
And also think about the psychological thing this kid has to go through, because you're grown up, okay, and my parents are kind of older for having me because they have me in their like
30s,
late 30s,
okay,
and that's kind of old, you know, typically. Yeah. I mean, so a lot of people do it.
Old
but,
in China.
It's older back then because
then
most people were having kids like in their early 20s, mid 20s. But can you imagine you get to understand things about life and your parents are, when he understands things, when he's like 8 or 9.
I mean, the parents are like
parents are 80.
80.
Yeah.
80, bro.
And not to curse them or anything, but are they going to be around?
No.
When this kid's growing up?
Well, I mean, all right, let's take into consideration that a lot of Asians, Indians, Chinese, if they keep their body healthy, if they eat right, if they do meditation, yoga, let's just say the parents live till 100. Because my grandparents lived pretty late, 90-something. Still, man, you're not gonna be picking up playing with your kid like when you're 85, 90 years old. This is crazy. Yeah. And the like you said, psychologically, like your parents come to pick you up, they look like your great grandparents. And then you know what I mean? Like it's kind of, and also physically, I can't imagine a 70-year-old. I can't imagine a 60-year-old woman giving birth than a 70. Like they tell you, you know, statistically, like women who are older, it's really dangerous to give birth. The kid could be deformed, diseases, the woman could die. Like just your body's not made for that. Right.
You know? I mean, this is just. I mean, I think this is. I don't know. We don't know this couple. I think this is mainly driven by money because I could see this happening in China. Because people were like, I can get $700,000 in India, that's a lot of money. Yeah. I mean, in China, India, that's a ton of money.
It's $750,000.
You're good. You're good to go forever. Forever. Right. And maybe, I mean, I don't know, but I think it's driven a lot by money. But If not, then I'm happy for them. They finally have an heir. They can leave the heir the inheritance, whatever they want. That's awesome. But I just feel like if I'm a kid growing up and my parents are 80, that might mess me up a little bit. I think.
And I feel like this for me, like this is the question of, because we're very spiritual, so I feel like if the laws of nature or whoever you believe in, like whatever you believe in, if you're religious, if you believe in spirituality, God, or whatever, like whatever you believe in, there's a reason for everything. So sometimes people won't have kids, but to me, it's kind of like instead of accepting that, you're trying to go against.
Well, I mean, look, if you really want something, you feel like that completes your life, go for it, whatever. I just wish they. I don't know. I'm just saying. I hope they did it for the right reasons, which is we want a kid, and that's what we really want. But it's not just like we want $700,000, and if we both, let's say, pass away by the age of 75, now the kid's an orphan. Right. Now what are you gonna do? Like you're not. I mean, I feel like
money is not everything. Just because the kid has money to live, he's not gonna have.
He's an orphan. Then what? Then he might get swindled out of his money by like some relative. Who knows? So
the responsibility thing here is really comes into question.
I feel like this is really not responsible for the kid. But let us know your thoughts on the story. Thank you all so much for watching.
Later.
See you.